So guys, it is Sunday and I am here just minding my business, ironing my clothes. I'm killing two birds with one stone. But one of my clients just messaged me and I'm probably a little bit too close. Let me move back a little bit. Let me zoom out a little bit. So one of my clients, I had a conversation with one of my clients, and she was being hard-headed, and she said to me, she said, you know that conversation we had on Friday that I was being hard-headed about? I said, yeah, I remember that. She was like, you were absolutely right. And we were talking about the way she eats and why she eats the way she eats, and that being the main reason why she's overweight. And I told her, I said, the main reason why you're overweight is because for the last 28 years, you've been eating for the way food makes you emotionally feel and not for the way it makes you physically feel. And I used my example as a perfect example because I am a type 1 diabetic. And if I don't eat based on how I physically feel, food makes me feel like crap. Meaning if I eat too much, specifically carbs, and my blood sugar goes high, I feel like crap. If I eat too little and my blood sugar goes too low, I again feel like crap. So I am forced, if I want to physically feel good, I am forced to eat based on how food makes me feel physically, not how it makes me feel emotionally, because regardless of how I emotionally feel, if I eat like crap, either way, eat too much or eat too little, I am going to physically feel like crap. So I can't very often eat emotionally. I am forced to eat how food physically makes me feel. And I told my client, I said, if you start doing that, I said, if you start eating based on how you physically feel, I said, if you start eating because you want to physically feel good, because you want to have more energy, you want to sleep better, you want to have better skin. I said, if you start eating based on that, if you start eating for nourishment and less for enjoyment, I said, you are automatically going to look better because you are going to make better choices. So if you happen to be one of those people that's having a hard time losing weight and you find yourself eating more emotionally, then this might be a solution for you. Now, I do understand that if you do not have a illness like I do that forces me to eat a certain way, then it's going to be harder. This is all going to be easier said than done, but it can be done. So start focusing more on what food physically does for you, how it physically makes you feel, and eat more for that instead of eating your emotions. And you are automatically, as a result of doing that, a byproduct, a positive effect of doing that is that you are going to physically feel better. So start doing that. And I guarantee you, after a little while of doing that, you will look in the mirror, you will get on the scale, and you will be much happier with the way you look by taking your physical into account more when you make food choices than your emotional. So let me know what you think about that down below. Sorry, I'm not making a ton of eye contact in this video because I just read that text message and I wanted to share this with you. So I set up my tripod, set up my camera, and I said, I'm going to continue to iron my clothes as I, shoot this video. So let me know what you think about that down below in the comments. And if you need help on your journey, click the first link below in the description, fill out the form, and the two of us will figure out what we need to do together to get you from where you're at to where you want to be.